Time now for our Ultimate Insider, brought to you by FFB Bank. We're joined by former Fresno State quarterback and safety Steven Comstock. Steven, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
What is your initial takeaway from the Bulldogs' performance in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl?
Hey, we got to win. And I know you guys hear it from me all the time. We just have to win every game that's in front of us. And anytime a program can come out and win a bowl game, that's a huge plus on the season. It's one of our goals for the season, win a Mountain West championship and a bowl game with class integrity and academic excellence. You know, those are our standards. So it's good. We checked one of those this year and got to be happy with it.
What does winning a bowl game in Matt Entz's first year do for the culture now he's trying to establish at Fresno State?
Yeah, well, it shows, you know, we've had some high highs and some low lows this year. Him being able to win 9 games and win a bowl game in his first year without his recruits, without really the guys that he wants and the pieces that he needs to have success. We've heard him say he's a guy that kind of builds a team and you know, really brings guys along through the program. So I think it's a big plus.
The defense has been really consistent this whole season. What did you like from the secondary yesterday?
Coach Entz said it after the game. You know, the guys in the beginning of the year, you know, we had some struggles on defense, but we were still able to hold teams, you know, to some low scores. But as the year went on, we just saw them get better and better and better, and they're playing for each other. They're playing fast football because they know what they're doing. They're not thinking, and you saw that this week. I loved how much the D-line could disrupt and, you know, have some errant passes, but we also just played fundamental football. Only giving up 3 points, it's huge. They didn't even have 200 yards of total offense. It's big time.
Offensively, the team stepping up in some crucial moments in the bowl game. What did you like from that unit?
You know, we've struggled on offense. Everybody knows it. Them being able to go out and score points, you know, Richie Anderson scoring a touchdown, that's big. Dylan being able to, you know, hammer home some field goals. Unfortunately, we had a lot of trips to the red zone that, you know, we didn't capitalize on, so that's a little frustrating. Made the game a little closer than it needed to be, but at the end of the day, we scored points and we got the win.
Matt Entz finishing his first season at 9-4. What kind of momentum does that give this program moving forward?
You know, anytime you can, this is, I want to say, in the last 30, 40 years, you know, winning 9 games is really hard to do. And we've been able to do it in the past, and it's huge to have our first-year coach do it in his first year. And we're going to the Pac-12, you know. Now we're going to be playing some big games on some big stages, and that's going to be every game that we need to perform. So I think this will ride momentum. I think we should have won a Mountain West championship this year, but hey, you know, next year.
So now, moving forward, are there any young players you kind of have your eyes on that you'd like to see this team try to build around going into 2026?
Well, we've talked about our offense struggling, and one of the things I'm excited for is see our left tackle, Walton, grow and continue to improve, as well as our 3 running backs that we're getting back. You know, those guys have shown that they're good running backs in this bowl game. They showed that they, you know, we're rotating running backs that whole game, and I like the way it looked. If we can win first downs, I think that's the biggest thing, is get 3 or 4 yards on first down, get 3rd and manageables, 3rd and shorts, and let our running backs eat. I like that. And Titus Kanjavi, I'm excited to see him next year. He's flying around, as well as a lot of other players. Who knows, we might get some guys from the transfer portal as well.
So we're looking forward to seeing those young guys develop, but this team is also losing 27 seniors from this roster. Are you hoping that they're going to go to the portal to get an experienced quarterback at least, so that way there's a little bit, we know we're going to have competition, but bring somebody in who has D1 experience?
Yeah, you know, we've seen plenty of guys that come in. When I first got here, Marcus Marion was a transfer from Oregon State, so we've seen success from that. Obviously, Jake Hainer, another guy that transferred in, had some great success. Those are 2 guys that won us Mountain West Championship, so we know that does work. For me, I love seeing a young guy come in and win the job and have consistency throughout the years. So I don't know, honestly. I can't give you an answer of what I want, because I would love to have success right away with the guy that's transferring in. But I also know how much it can help to have a guy for longevity.
So now, moving into the Pac-12, what are some reasonable expectations for this program moving forward?
It stays the same. I think the expectations stay the same. You know, like I said earlier, we want to win a Pac-12 championship now, and we want to win a bowl game. However, we got to do to get there. You know, obviously the structure is going to be different with only 8 teams. Is it correct? Mm-hmm. So we're going to play, you know, everybody most likely, and the best teams are going to go. So we just got to go out and win every single game.
What did you like about the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl? I know you were watching. Tell me some of your favorite parts of it, and Snoop kind of getting involved in the broadcast too.
I missed it by 2 years. That's the whole thing I was thinking. I'm like, really? I couldn't be hanging out with Snoop? I thought it was awesome. It seemed like that everybody was vibing with him. Everybody got chains, which was sick. And it just looked like a good time. It looked like a fun bowl game to be around. And obviously, the way the guys were playing on the field, it looked like it was a pretty intense game. That we had a penalty that was out of bounds, and it looked like the guys were going to kind of get into it for a second. And I was like, we need to get after them now.
What does the camaraderie do for the team when you're on the road, getting ready for a bowl game, doing all the activities, hanging out with kids, and preparing to play one final game together?
You always want to send your seniors off right. That's kind of the biggest moment is let these guys go out on a win. And I think that, being able to hang out with some of the guys that I did play with that are still on this team, and even meeting some of the guys that I didn't play with, I do know that this team's a very close team. They all really enjoy being around each other. They all love playing football. Coach Entz has said it all year. These guys love each other, and you can see it on the field.
So with building this defense, how they have this year, is that something now Matt Entz can kind of hang his hat on going forward, that Fresno State is going to be the defensive capital of the Pac-12?
I would love to see that. Obviously I ended my career as a defensive guy, so now I love watching good defensive football. But it's something that we've been doing well for a long time at Fresno State. 2018 we had a great defense. 2022 we had a great defense. This year we had a great defense. I would love to see us play complementary football. Obviously, I want to have a good quarterback, have a good O-line, establish a run, all that good stuff. But yes, I would love to see us be that staple of when you come play Fresno State, you're playing a tough-nosed defense.
One more from us. One of your former coaches getting ready to play in the Rose Bowl this Thursday. When's the last time you spoke to Kalen DeBoer? And if you had any advice for him, what would it be?
Yeah, I actually got to talk to him a little bit on Thanksgiving, so that was nice. Just wishing him and his family a happy Thanksgiving, and so that's cool. But my advice is just do what you have been always doing, win. He used to tell us, winners win because that's what winners do. And I'd love to go, love to see him go out there and compete and have his guys ready.
All right, that is former Bulldog safety and quarterback Steven Comstock. Thanks for joining us, Steven.
Thanks, guys.